You're listening to the One Man Show Network. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks podcast. I am your host, Aaron Weinbaum. I'm trying something a little different tonight. Of course, you can always comment on Periscope or whatnot and help me pick some fights, but I threw up a live link also saying, basically that will get you in the video chat as well. And this is kind of an experimental thing, so I don't know if it'll work or not, but I figured, what the hell? Thank you, Ecamm Live, for letting me trying out this new technology. So, I do see I got lots of viewers so far. This is for the Brian Ortega versus Korean Zombie Chang Sung-Jung. So, super excited for that fight. And I think it has implications. I think it's been announced. It does. The winner does get the next 145-pound title shot against Alexander Volkanovski. So that's pretty cool. But first up, let's pick some fights here. Oh, I already messed it up. Oh, yep. Okay, hang on here. Boop, boop, doo. Thomas Almeida versus Jonathan Martinez. All right, so let's take a look at Thomas Almeida first. Oh, my stream quality's already been reduced. Wonderful. This fight taking place at bantamweight, of course. Thomas Almeida, 2 losses in a row here. Head kick knockout to Rob Font. Decision loss to Jimmy Rivera. Hasn't won since Albert Morales versus, that was 2016. So they're not the most active fella in the world. So this is almost 2 years. So he has not fought since January, which is kind of crazy. And I didn't realize he had that long of a layoff. And then we got Jonathan Martinez. Just beat Frankie Sands. That's kind of a big deal. It's almost feeling like it's a little bit of a mismatch here. And he's been pretty active. So he just fought in August. Now he's fighting, before that he fought in February. Lost to Andre Ewell. Man, I don't like the long layoff for Thomas Almeida, so I tend to think that Jonathan Martin has the edge here. So, yes, indeed. Yeah, I have gotten some things messed up here. All right, no. Jimmy Crute versus Modestas Bukauskas. Nice. Let's see here. Jimmy Crute. Of course, this fight taking place at light heavyweight. And, of course, all of a sudden my Twitter's blowing up. I don't know why. Okay. Jimmy Crute just beat Michel Oleschuk, I can't pronounce that. Has a loss against Misha Sirkov. Has wins over Sam Alvey, Paul Craig, Chris Birchler. Kind of an impressive resume there. And I've been ragging on these guys, so these guys I've never heard of. This guy is Modestas Bukauskas. I've heard of. He's from Lithuania, and these are the guys who are kind of coming in and killing it lately. He's had one fight in the UFC against Andreas Michailidis. Has wins over Ricardo Gonzalez. He hasn't lost. And I kind of keep counting out these guys. These guys that are just kind of coming in outside of the UFC or very inexperienced in the UFC. But I tend to think I'm gonna go with the Baltic Gladiator here. Because I'm wrong every time. Every time I rag on these guys because they don't have a Wikipedia page. They just have a SureDog profile or a Tapology profile. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Baltic Gladiator here. Modestas Bukauskas. All right. Next up. Katlyn Chookagian against Jéssica Andrade. This is an interesting fight. So I don't know why this isn't the co-main event, and I'll discuss the co-main event after this, but this is a big deal. So Katlyn just fought for the title against Valentina Shevchenko, then beat her sister, Antonia. Jéssica Andrade, had been on a tear at Flyweight. Now she's moving up to, strawweight. Now she's moving up to Flyweight. Before that, let's not forget she had a pretty decent career bantamweight. So this is way more intriguing of a fight than people are letting on. So let's go with Katlyn, of course, training out of Saralongo. Like I said, last 2 fights were against Shevchenko's, beat Antonia, lost to Valentina. Before that, she has wins over Jennifer Maia, Joanne Calderwood, did lose to Jéssica I back in the day. This is in 2018. But, man, I mean, she even has a win over Irene Aldana. I believe, is this 135 pounds? Yeah, I don't. No, yeah. And then she went back down to. So she was bantamweight and went back down to flyweight. Okay. Jéssica Andrade. Yeah, we got to go way back with her because, like I said, she was at flyweight, at bantamweight for a while. Then she went to strawweight. So let's look way, way, way back here. Okay, so she hasn't been a bantamweight since, I want to say, so since 2015. And she lost to Raquel Pennington. Lots of people do. She does have wins over Sarah Moras. She has a win over Raquel Pennington as well. It's very interesting here. And all in the UFC. So then she goes to strawweight, beats Jessica Penne, beats Joanna Calderwood, beats Angela Hill, loses to Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Pretty handily, though. And then she just goes on this tear. Beats Claudia Gadelha, beats Tisha Torres, beats Carolina Kwasowicz, beats Rose Namajunas for the championship. She was just the championship at strawweight, just a little over a year ago, back in May, and then lost it to Zhang Weili in violent fashion, and then loses the rematch to Rose. So I like this move up to 125 pounds, and this is difficult to pick. It is, and feel free to chime in or join that link on Twitter. I think I throw it in the comments here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in to the Periscope comments. Of course, if you're listening to this audio only, it's not going to do anything for you, and if you're listening to it on YouTube, it's not going to do anything for you either. So, but if you are on YouTube, feel free to hit subscribe. But, man, I don't know. I think Andrade has beaten multiple people at different weight classes. I think she may feel a little better at 125 pounds. I think she's too small for 135 pounds. So I'm going to go Andrade here, and this may be the upset. But, yeah. So this is co-main event, and I'm not going to lie. 2 guys I've barely heard of. Since it is the co-main event, I'm going to go ahead and pick it. All right. Ciryl Gane. Okay, I'm probably butchering that name here. This is a heavyweight fight against Ante Delija. Ante Walking Trouble is his nickname. Delija. Nice. Beautiful. So let's take a first shot at Gane. Nothing but wins. He does have a win over Tanner Broser, who lately, Tanner's been looking real good. I'm going to take a look at Tanner here. I know he's not fighting here. But yeah, beat Rafael Pasosa, Philippe Lins. I thought he was going to win that. And he does, kind of crazy. So he does have that loss to Gane. Very interesting here. But like I said, he's not fighting. So, gosh, wins. I mean, nothing but wins for Ciryl Gane, but this is another deal. Okay? Ante Delija doesn't have a Wikipedia page, never fought in the UFC, but has wins over Will Thompson. Ricardo Pracel does have a loss to Marcin Tibero, who looked really, really good, but that was in 2015. But the thing I don't like about Delija is he hasn't fought since 2019, whereas Gane has fought just as well. I guess they both haven't fought since 2019. How about that? So almost a year between both of them. Ooh, now I don't know. This is interesting. But Gane hasn't lost yet. Delija has had that loss against Tibera. Golly, but doesn't fight very often at all. 2015, 2018, twice in 2019. And then you got Gane. Oh, man. You know what? I'm just, from activity alone, even though they both haven't fought since 2019, and that Gane has been in the UFC. I don't know if UFC jitters are a thing anymore without a crowd. We're going to find out. And I'm going to pick nothing but new guys from now on if that doesn't pan out. But yeah, I like Ciryl Gane on this. The main event of the evening: Brian Ortega versus the Korean Zombie Chang Song-jong. Before I just go over records here, I think we need to point out that Ortega doesn't have his head coach. So it's a COVID positive situation. Very interesting there. But Ortega, nothing but wins in the featherweight division. He had that one no contest because of he tested positive for something. But, he's fought nothing but the best here. Max Holloway, he did lose to. He hasn't fought since 2018, which is crazy. That's almost 2 years ago. And like I said, if you are watching for the main event here, I see lots of looky-loos here. Feel free to comment and help me pick. Let me see here. We'll go to the Twitter real quick and make sure I'm getting everything. Yeah, all right, we're good. But let me just demolish Frankie Edgar, beats Cub Swanson with a sick guillotine. Another guillotine against Renato Moicano. I forgot he fought Clay Guida, which is kind of crazy. But let's look at the Korean Zombie. Although he has not been as active either, he seems to have, endless not ring rust. I don't know what the word is, but he never gets ring rust. But he did just beat Frankie Edgar. It was a short notice fight. I didn't like that fight for Frankie because he was coming down to 135 already, and he took that fight. Also a win over Renato Moicano. Does have that loss against Rodriguez, that flash knockout with an elbow. Wins over Dennis Bermudez, but I'm going back to 2017 here. He looked great against Renato Moicano, but it's hard for me to tout that Frankie Edgar victory because Frankie's, I love him to death, but Frankie Edgar's on the decline, and that was, that was also him coming down to 135 pounds. So it's not quite as impressive to me, but Ortega takes some time off between fights, but it doesn't seem to bother him either. I'm going to go Ortega here. As much as I love the Korean Zombie, I'm going Ortega. I think Ortega is going to probably pull it out. And if not, I don't know where he goes from here. He's a big dude. He'll probably go to 155 pounds. That's it. We've done it. We picked the fights. If nobody else has anything, I'm going to end it right here. Going once, going twice. All right. I'll see y'all next week.
Please support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.